We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Batman, issue 98. This is part 4 of the Joker War. This issue was written by James Tynion IV, art by Jorge Jimenez. Morey did the colors, Clayton Cowles letters, Gillum March and Morey did the cover. Dave Walgo's associate editor, Ben Abernathy editor. Cover's pretty good, actually. I really like that. Thought it was pretty solid. Although the cover says it was by Finch, so I think Finch did it and they misidentified who actually did this. Anyway, Batman's in this sort of dream world state thanks to this concoction Harley gave him to counteract the weird fear toxin that he got exposed to recently. And in this dream state, he's talking to Alfred. Meanwhile, Punchline shows up to fight Harley Quinn. The conflict between Harley Quinn and Punchline takes up the majority of the story here. And it really should have been condensed down to a much shorter scene because this feels like an issue of a Harley Quinn book with some Batman stuff. And the Batman stuff could have been condensed down too, probably to about half the length on each of the stories. Now there is an interesting subplot with Catwoman coming up with an idea that will obviously be explored next issue, but everything else really needed to be more compact, and I think it would have worked a lot better. Overall though, it's an okay issue, it's just not worth $4 to me. The art is solid, except for the fact that the motion lines and the combat often looks like anime blur lines. When somebody impacts, the part of them that's moving is slightly blurred. I find that really annoying. If I wanted to read a manga, I would have bought a manga or watched an anime. I'm buying an American comic book. I want to see the American style of art, which is one of my complaints about Jimenez's art, is that it's a little too anime style and nobody has lips. Why does nobody have lips? But he draws Batman really well, and overall this was a pretty solid book. It just isn't worth $4. I didn't sign on for a Harley Quinn story. I want to read Batman in a Batman book, and Batman doing something awesome like overcoming the fear toxin. But it's mostly just Harley Quinn and Punchline fighting it out. So he has to get saved by another woman, and he's all navel-gazy and weepy. I don't want to read a Tom King Batman book. So that was a little obnoxious. It was an okay installment in the story. It just took too long to get anywhere. It should have really been condensed down. This is effectively a backup story or half of an issue dragged out. And that's probably for the trade paperback, and it's really obnoxious. So if you're just trying to pick this issue up on its own, it's not going to make a whole lot of sense. And if you're reading the Joker War, this is kind of a throwaway installment that could have been summarized in probably 10 pages instead of the 26 or so that it actually is. It's just really dragged out, but for what it is, it's okay. It's just not worth $4 to me. That'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, share the video around, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, you can donate to my Streamlabs via PayPal or monthly on Patreon, or buy yourself something nice from the Teespring store. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.